Hello friend, I want to tell you about the BMW E34 car. Just a few years ago, the BMW 5 Series E34 evoked negative associations. The German limousine was perceived as the ideal car for a gangster, and not just in Poland. A few years later, the BMW 5 Series E34 once again won the love of true fans of this German brand. In some cars with 3 or 4 engines, choosing an engine is quite simple, but in the BMW 5 Series E34, it's not. Looking at all the versions, many people's heads start spinning. I completely understand this, because with such a wide range of engines available, the dilemma usually arises. Choose more power or lower fuel consumption. Unfortunately, you have to solve this problem yourself. I can only offer a few tips. If you're looking for a relatively economical gasoline engine, you should consider the 2.0-liter engine with Vanos variable valve timing. It's important to note that this system can play tricks on some models. While its performance isn't impressive, acceleration from 0 to 100 km per hour in 10.6 seconds, and a top speed of 211 km per hour, it guarantees quite decent fuel consumption and rarely breaks down. 1.8-liter engines aren't worth the hassle, as they're clearly too weak for this model. I also advise against buying the 129 horsepower 520i with the outdated M20B20 engine, which dates back to the previous generation BMW 5 Series E28 and is prone to damage to the camshaft, rocker arms, valve seats, and sometimes even the valves themselves. The best compromise between high fuel consumption and good performance, however, is the 2.5-liter version, especially the more powerful 24-valve one. Fuel consumption in the city is around 13 to 15 L/100 kilometers, and outside of it, with very gentle driving, you should be able to get down to 8 L/100 kilometers, though you usually need to add another 2 L to that figure. Note, all 12-valve versions can experience engine overheating issues, which can lead to a blown head gasket or even the head itself. To prevent this, you should regularly check the thermostat and check the coolant reservoir more often than with other cars. Above all, pay close attention to the engine temperature gauge. Other petrol engines, while consuming enormous amounts of fuel, should otherwise pose no significant operating problems. However, it's important to remember that the BMW 5 Series E34 is getting on in years and that one or more of its components could fail at any time. Some people will probably want to opt for a diesel engine, but in my opinion, it's not worth it. All diesel engines struggle with overheating heads that are prone to cracking, as well as frequent failures of the injection system and turbocharger. Furthermore, these cars often have astronomical mileage. Finding a used one is practically impossible. Steering rack wear is also common. One of the most common complaints about the E34 5 Series is corrosion, which appears on the lower edges of the doors, fenders, sills, rear trunk lid, and fuel filler neck, among other areas. Rust is also likely to be found on the brake lines. Electronics can also be unreliable, with components like the comfort module, central locking, power windows, and heater usually failing to stand the test of time. More worn-out models may develop oil leaks. It's not easy to find a well-maintained E34. If you're looking for one in collector's condition, you'll have to head to Germany. Why is this car worth buying? Primarily because of its excellent handling, rear-wheel drive, generous equipment, decent ride comfort, and timeless design. In addition to the faults mentioned above, the prices of some parts, which are not cheap, may be a major problem. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to subscribe and rate my video. If you know of any issues with this car that I haven't mentioned, be sure to share them in the comments.